In this video, I'm going to share with you a £7 million business plan. I'm going to take this business right here, Marsh Farm Animal Adventure Park, and turn it from a £4 million revenue business to a £7 million revenue business in just 24 months. Now, I took this business on some 10 years ago. It was losing a horrific amount of money. It was on the verge of bankruptcy and closing, and all the staff would have to go. We turned it around once, and we want to do it again. Why turn it around, you say, when it's already doing 4 million quid and it's already making money? Well, I'm anxious, always anxious about the state of affairs. Businesses need to go through a constant process of innovation. In fact, ingrained in my brain is this: if you don't innovate, you evaporate. Because yes, things are okay. We have a status quo, but actually there's a lot of diamonds underneath my feet that I'm not mining, and I need to mine them because this place has a lot more potential. And I'm going to break it all down for you so that you can swipe and deploy my ideas into your own business. There's lots coming up. Let's do it. Let's set the scene here. What was the business like when I bought it when I was 27 years old? It was turning around £900,000 a year and losing a horrific amount of money, £300,000 each and every single year. It didn't have enough people coming here, only around 90,000 people. We had some animals and some old play areas, but everything was quite dilapidated, underinvested, and as a result, customers stopped coming, like I said. So I decided we needed to invest in infrastructure, get this to be something where people want to come. But I didn't have the money to do that. And I couldn't borrow it from the bank because this place was losing money. And here's something I've learned: banks don't like lending money to loss-making businesses. So you have to get your entrepreneurial hat on. You've got to think outside the box. You've got to innovate. You can't just think, well, I haven't got the resource, I've got to be more resourceful. So I decided to get very good at marketing and do pop-up events. We did those pop-up events, festivals and stuff like that, to bring people here and then use those profits to invest in new play areas, new catering areas, build a dinosaur park, to make people come here for the site on its own. So we've done all of that and it all started really working. Now today we're doing around 4 million of revenue. We're very profitable, but we haven't just got that 4 million of revenue from all the infrastructure products and all the leisure stuff we've done. We created a second revenue stream, and let me show you. And that second revenue stream is this right behind me. This is my day nursery, and I've built a big chain of day nurseries now. And so what I've liked doing is this trick that I always have up my sleeve. You buy an existing business and put on a second revenue stream in a process we call sweating the asset. You've got one set of rent, one set of rates. You've already got a car park. You've got a commercial kitchen that can feed the leisure attraction, feed the day nursery, getting economies of scale and really driving those overheads down. It's just such a symbiotical relationship. And because of this big farm attraction, everyone wants to send their kids to our day nursery because it just works so beautifully. Everything's okay. We've invested lots of capital, built this massive play barn. This used to be an old piggery. Funny thing is, I could just be now sitting on my laurels enjoying what we've got. We could do some medial growth each and every single year. We've got great events that are very predictable. We've got a brilliant Father Christmas experience that gets us through the winter. But you know what? I see some massive changes afoot. I feel like demographics are hugely changing, whatever business you're in. You know, I live by this little phrase that keeps going around and around in my head, that last year we created more 65-year-olds than 20-year-olds for the first time ever in the UK population history. And that's something that I'm constantly thinking about. I'm also seeing kids getting older quicker. The 7-year-old of today wants what the 10-year-old of 10 years ago wants. And so I've got to make sure that our attractions, our infrastructure, the stuff we're doing here has a wider age group. And here's the thing: if you can appeal to 60-year-olds, to 15-year-olds, to 5-year-olds, to 8-year-olds, you actually have a bigger population pool of customers to go and grab. That's one of the things that I learned from buying Roller City, our roller skating rink, and the Rossi Ice Cream Parlour. I go to the Rossi Ice Cream Parlour and I literally see a 1-year-old and a 100-year-old getting on in the same location. And that just means that I've got a population of 1.5 million people in Essex to go and shop with, rather than just a small 300,000-400,000 of the young family market. So if I can grab a bigger population thing, I can massively increase the revenues. So how are we going to do it? So what does the future Marsh Farm business plan look like? I told you at the beginning of the video, I took this 900,000 revenue business to a 4 million revenue business over 10 years. And in the next 10 years, I want to go to a 7 million revenue business and beyond. And this is where it gets really exciting, because once you've paid for the general manager, once you've paid for the animal team, once you've paid the business rates, actually, if you get more turnover in, big chunk of that revenue drops to the bottom line. And that isn't true of every business. Surely every business does have economies of scale, but leisure, hospitality businesses have them more than ever, because if you get an extra 200 people in each day, those admission prices just catapult to the bottom line. So I need to find ways of driving this revenue up to make it really profitable. So how do we do it? Well, we want to become an all-inclusive age fund business. We want to get 65-year-olds, 10-year-olds, but also the 3, 4, 5 and 6-year-olds that are coming at the moment. If you look on this picture over here, I can just walk you through why we've got so many exciting things coming. So this is where our customers come in. This building here is day nursery number 1. This building here is day nursery number 2. So what I really would like to do is extend this day nursery here and move those people over here so that we've got some economies of scale. Then I can use this business for something else that will generate more revenue in the park. We built a dinosaur park over here, which is attracting more visitors. What really gets exciting as well is we've got lots of space over here that isn't being used, so that we can create some second pay for play activities, maybe some mini diggers or some Land Rover driving school, so that people can pay a bit more cash to come in. Over here we've got the animal area, but I want to turn this into a zoo with some meerkats, some lemurs, like we've done at our other attraction. That attracts older kids and adults, and therefore we might get some people coming on dates to come here as well. We'll have to refurbish this play area that's really old right now. I don't know if you can see just in the light lines over here, we're growing a maze, which we started 4 years ago. Again, no staff for people to go around a maze. People really love it. And with staffing costs growing all the time, I'm very excited about that, because lots of people can do it with no more expensive staffing costs. Over here we've got our yard area. Now I've bought a massive commercial property down the road with a big yard, and I'm going to pick up all of this infrastructure, send that over there, so we've got more space for leisure attractions over here. This barn over here hardly gets used. This is our big play barn, which you saw earlier on in the shot. And this is really exciting because we can turn this into the play barn, and there's a little alleyway there, connect them together, and that will give us 1,000 seats. So when people come here, more people will be undercover, therefore they'll eat more, spend more on food and drink because they're in a comfortable environment. Around this area, we're going to make a big role play village. You can see I bought a double-decker bus here. Actually, got another shot over here. So this role play area, we're going to pick that up and put that over here behind that section. So therefore, we can put something else here right in the middle of the park. Maybe a big carousel that all ages can go on. Right now, I've got a very small carousel. I don't know if you can see it here, but adults can't get on that. Wheelchair users can't get on that. So I'm going to hopefully get a bigger carousel over there. You can see here, we've got this yard space that's really messy. I can't wait to get rid of this and open this up to the attraction, because we've got this beautiful area that most people don't know that we've got at Marsh Farm. You can see that maze really growing there. I'm so super excited about that. Now over here on another area of the farm, we've got the car park, but we've got this massive events field that we've got over here. I'd really like to turn this into doing more pop-up events. We do our pumpkin picking village. We also want to do a tulip village, and actually maybe doggy events like bring your pet to the pet show. But actually over August and July, we could turn this into a glamping site for people that come to our children's summer festival. And see here, we've got all these beautiful waterways, and I'd love to put some really nice huts, maybe like some, how do you call it, glamping pods across here that have that view over the water. And you can see here, there's a nice view of the river. So there's a little brain dump of where I want to take this business in the future. Yes, I want to have a zoo with a wider group of animals. I want to use unused areas to drive more revenue, a little bit of pay per play. I want to do accommodation in some degree. I want to extend our events offering and get more revenue from unused barns so that we've got more catering space. Extending the day nursery. All of those things coupled together, I think will drive another 3 million of revenue. And I see a big chunk of that that 3 million, maybe 1 million of it, dropping to the bottom line. I'm very passionate about this business because it was my first big outdoor attraction business. It's taught me a lot. And I think now that we have bought the freehold of the farm, that there's going to be some super exciting things to come. When you've got your business, think about your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities and threats, and afford yourself the luxury of thinking long term. Great entrepreneurs and great business owners think with the end in mind. Most people think in year chunks or in 90-day chunks. And whilst all that's important, yes, you absolutely want to do that. Usually what happens when you think in 90-day and year chunks, you think with realism. But actually, sometimes to really think big, you've got to have some imagination. Forcing yourself to think in 10-year chunks will open up your imagination to think what more is possible. And then once you've got the good plan, you've got some foundations, you need to go and find the money to go and do it. And actually, the money always goes to the good ideas, the people that can back it up with commercial awareness. And that's what I plan to do here. Stay tuned as we turn Marsh Farm into a £7 million revenue business. See you in the next one. If you're loving my videos and you want to learn more, why not come and see me at one of my live events? I'm running Business Masterclass in September this year, and it's going to be flipping fantastic. If you want to find out how to raise finance, buy companies, get more customers, get the most out of your team, it's all coming up at Business Masterclass. Tickets are a few £100 and you can buy them on my website, jamessinclair.net. I'd love to see you there to help grow your business.
Cool, fine.